bila nyie kutujali. Ufisadi umesikia mnyororo tusioweza kujitoa. Jamani tuuliza ni nani atatukomboa?
By reading the writings and books of the most interesting and intellectual minds, we meditate with our own minds and theirs as well, hence getting valuable information that can change our lives individually and collectively. On 15th February this year, a book entitled Breaking the Chains of Corruption was launched at the Tangaza University College in Lang'ata, Nairobi. The book is a moral theological analysis on the issue as contextualized on our country. Written by a Franciscan friar and priest, Father David Kamau Mbugua, who teaches moral theology at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, as well as the Tangaza University College. The book does not only provide solution, but go a long way to give insight of what needs to be done, as Sister Agnes Njeri noted in her opening remarks.
Many books are written nowadays as with only what's supposed to be done. Yes, we know the solutions, what's supposed to be done, but how are they going to be done? So this is very effective and very handy to have at this particular moment.
But who is Father David Kamau Mbugua, the author of the book? Let us get more information about this passionate author from the horse's mouth.
Corruption has also been named as a monster which keeps on coming out with different heads. And it becomes very difficult for anybody to address the challenges that are brought by corruption. And it is within our everyday life. The other day we were going with my brothers to all the way to Peketoni and Mombasa, and every moment that the police stopped us, they wanted something. Luckily enough, I had carried a lot of masks, and I was giving them the masks, and they thought that I was giving them money, and only to come and realize when we have already passed that it was a mask. It has become a way of life. It has become a way of life in Kenya, so much so that people do not even blink when they see people asking for a bribe. Last year, on 5th October 2019, the Catholic bishops in Kenya met with all the faithful in a national shrine in Subukia, and they wanted to take up the call that was addressed in Kenyan church by the Pope himself when he was here in 2015, and they invited all the society, all Kenyan citizens, to embrace a 6-month anti-corruption campaign. And those of you who participated in one way or the other in this campaign, we removed our shoes, we put on a Bible, and we pledged a loyalty to fight corruption. And here, we, together with the society, we are invited to enter into that spirituality of breaking the chain of corruption, which is the subject of the book that we are going to launch this afternoon.
Environment Encounters and experiences shape the way people think and even propel them to do great works that can change livelihoods. Father David was motivated to write his book by his encounter with human sufferings and a Franciscan anthropological vision.
My motivation of doing so are twofold motivation of doing so. One is my encounter with human suffering. That throughout my life, I have encountered several with a human suffering that has motivated to ask why. The second is my Franciscan anthropological vision. Who is a human being? Who is human being according to the vision and the worldview of St. Francis? And combining these two has given me a motivation to go down and research on corruption. My encounter with suffering, human suffering, as a young seminarian, I only did 2 apostolates. My first apostolate was with Mother Teresa sisters in Huruma. And I had an opportunity even to come to encounter Mother Teresa herself, who gave me a small medal, which I still cherish even today. It is with me always. I always keep it very safe. And that apostolate I was doing, or I was nursing people who are homeless, people who are neglected by the society. Old people who have nobody to turn to. Then the second apostolate I did as a young seminarian was a project together with a Dominican priest called Bill. That was to rehabilitate the street families, the street boys in Karen. When Father Bill coined this project, he wanted somebody, a volunteer, to work with him. And somehow, when he came to our house, he landed on me. And I was still young. I did not understand. I could not even figure why people go to the streets. But this has, from the very beginning as a seminarian, I have always asked a question. Why do we have these differences in the society?
The event was graced by Right Reverend John Obala Owa, who is the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Ngong, the Vice Chair of the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, KCCB, as well as the Chair of the Catholic Justice and Peace Commission, CJPC, at the KCCB.
So, this book that is being launched today, that examines different forms of corruption and their ethical aspects, is indeed worth reading. It will help us a great deal in understanding and internalizing the way that we should go.
In his remarks, Bishop Obala noted that corruption has spread wide and deep into the Kenyan society, and he advised that all citizens alike should be involved in the war against corruption.
We often justify our wrongdoing by reference to the aim or end that we want to achieve. But the moral rightness of an act is independent of the goodness of the act's consequences. If an act itself is not in accord with morally right behavior, our young people listen, it may not be undertaken. Don't do what is wrong, regardless of the possible good that it may produce. And we're not talking here about the principle of double effect, which is more relevant for medical and bioethics. We cannot and should not use another person merely as a means to achieve our own ends. And that's what corrupt acts exactly do. If a police officer stops you from speeding or for taking a shortcut where it is not allowed, though you are in the wrong for speeding, then you offer a policeman a bribe so that you can avoid all kinds of troublesome legal and court issues. And you also calculate that if you bribe a policeman with kitu kidogo, it will be much less than what you pay as a fine in the court. You make a policeman as a means to your selfish ends. And indeed, you do not respect him as a person. The person you bribe, you don't deep down respect. You may even curse him for stopping you for traffic offense once he releases you. The motivation of freeing oneself from legal consequences of one's wrong by bribing the policeman is not justified in any way whatsoever. Consequently, you can and you will speed and do the other traffic offenses once again and give a bribe again, and the cycle will continue.
This scholarly work is indeed a useful tool and weapon to fight corruption and to contribute to the betterment of our society. Probably, there is the need to arm ourselves to fight corruption from below, and the presence of the students from Mama Africa Secondary School in Thika and Mama Africa Academy in Nairobi took the stage, and their performance passed across a vibrant and valuable message.
On stage, Mama Africa, where to present a poem entitled Fight Against Corruption. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Jungu kuu la chemka, hakuna weza kulikaribia. Jungu lenyewe la ugopo, na wazee kwa vijana. Ni nani atatukomboa kwenye jungu la ufisadi? Macho kweli tunakodoa, ni nani atatukomboa?
For more information on how you can get your copy, contact Father David Mbugua on 0721 587 999.
Ufisadi umesikia minyororo tusioweza kujitoa. Jamani tuuliza, ni nani atatukomboa?
Msituangalie sie, ufisadi hatujui. Minyororo mnaizungumzia, sisi hatuijui. Msitupake tumenyie, kwani ufisadi ndio nini?
Majadiliano haya yashangaza, watu wametengana. Hawako tayari kujikomboa kwenye jungu la ufisadi. Ni nani atatukomboa? Kwa kweli tunauliza.
Msijifanye hamjui, tuumia wananchi. Pesa zetu nazila, mikono kutukulia. Iwapo itakosa badilika, mbinguni tutaonea pa.
Mbona mwatusema nyie, mazuri tuyafanya. Pesa zenu mtoazo, madeni twalipia. Shukrani hamna, kilio ndio kingi.
Barabarani mambo mapokea, ukoloni mamboleo. Iwapo itakosa badilika, mbinguni tutaonea pa.
Porojo tamali
ambao unaleta utengano baina. Waandishi mashuhuri wamejitokeza kuikata minyororo. Njooni nyote tuungane, tupigane dhidi ya ufisadi.
Kuna mwandishi mhubiri bora, kasisi na daktari Fadhili amejitokeza waziwazi kuipigania jamii. Tafadhali tuungane pamoja, tumwezi. Hadhira, 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 tegeni sikio lenu, kitabu hiki kina mazuri, tafadhali tukisome. Tuungane mikono, tulipige janga hili, tushirikiane pamoja, ndiyo wajibu wetu. Ukiona sema, ukisikia sema, ukihisi sema. Tataliki ufisadi, tulijenge taifa letu. Sasa tajitosa tosi bainikoga, kituoni twajitakasa, kasema semikunoga. Jamani, twatoka sasa, shuleni twaelekea. Tumesema tukikariri, ufisadi ukomeshe.
Makofi kwa Ukema. That was a very, very wonderful piece. Asanteni sana Mama Africa Secondary School. Tunafuata sasa, ama wanaofuata sasa ni Mama Africa Academy. The next entertainment item is from Mama Africa Academy.